How important is electricity in our lives? Can you imagine a day without electricity? Imagine if electricity went out for a long time, for weeks or even months. What kind of events could happen during that time? Hey everyone, this is the Movie Recaps channel. I'm talking about the 2016 movie Survival Family. In a city in Japan, electricity suddenly goes out for a long time. People's lives become completely chaotic, and they are forced to leave the city and seek refuge in the countryside. The movie shows various situations through the lens of a family. So without further ado, let's go straight to that incident and see what happens day after day due to the lack of electricity. So let's say about the Survival Family movie released in 2016. The Suzuki family lives in Tokyo, the capital of Japan. The family has 4 members, all of whom are busy with their own things. The father's name is Yoshiyuki. He is enjoying his TV show very comfortably. The eldest son's name is Kenji and the younger daughter's name is Yui. They are both busy with their phones. Their mother's name is Mitsu. She is cooking in the kitchen. The family's condition shows that they are all too dependent on technology. Their only means of entertainment seems to be these mobile phones, computers, and televisions. The joy that can be found by talking to each other as a family or going out somewhere together is almost non-existent in this family. Even though they are close, they seem to be separate. In fact, to be honest, the same is the case in almost every family today. The next morning, Yoshiyuki wakes up and sees that he is woken up late. The alarm clock didn't ring on time, so he has to go to the office quickly. He can even tell what time it is because there is no electricity in the whole house. The clocks also run on electricity. And surprisingly, even their UPS systems are not working. Their daughter Yui sees that her phone is turned off because the battery is dead. Their condition is completely precarious in the heat. Everyone is restless. It seems that there was no electricity since last night. Yoshiyuki later tries to call the power office, but the phone is also not working because it also runs on electricity. Anyway, they all set out for their respective work. The children will go to school and their father will go to the office. When they reach the elevator, they see that there is a crowd of people there. Later it is known that there is no electricity in not only their apartment, but in their entire building. It is suspected that there is a power problem in the entire area. The generator is not working. Now they cannot go down by elevator. They have to come down the stairs with difficulty. Yoshiyuki is already late for the office, so he has to reach the train station quickly. But there is another commotion at the station. There is a huge crowd there. It is known that no train has come from their destination, because without electricity, their trains do not run, so they are stuck in various places in the city. Until the electricity comes, it is not possible to start them in any way. The office has to go. So Yoshiyuki sets out for the bus. But electric buses and charging cars will not work. And there are more of these in Tokyo City. So Yoshiyuki has to start walking towards the office. However, Kenji was going to school properly in all of this because he travels by bicycle. Kenji was stopping on the road and looking around. He had never seen such a scene before. People of all walks of life are having to walk to their work. A funny incident happens here. Despite having $1 million car, some people start to envy Kenji. If they could take the bicycle from him, they could drive it. This is the situation. The value of a bicycle is now higher than $1 million car. Anyway, Yoshiyuki comes to the office. Yes, he is late, but he is not alone. Everyone in the office is in the same situation. The office door opens on an automatic system. There is no electricity, so it is not opening. What else to do? The expensive door has to be broken. Everyone reached the office, but what work can they do? The computers run on electricity. Typing work can be done on paper for the time being. On the other hand, Mitsu was restless working at home in the heat. She went out and met her neighbors. None of them knew why the power was out. They were more worried about the night, so they all went together to buy candles. At least we have to be in the light at night. Mitsu does the same. She also wants to buy some candles. The charger lights, batteries, etc. have long since run out at the store. Mitsu buys some candles. There is a lot of crowd in the supermarkets, so Mitsu has to stand in a huge queue. Meanwhile, the credit card machines are not working again. Since there is no electricity, everyone is asked to pay in cash. It took a long time to count the cash, so Mitsu had to wait in line for a long time. On the other hand, the condition of Yoshiyuki's office is in a bad state. No one can work properly. no electronics device works. So everyone is sitting idle. Some people say this is not normal, there can be no power outage. No information has been given from the power office yet. And the most surprising thing is why the IPS generators are not working. They run even without electricity. Anyway, everyone is hoping that everything will be fine by night. Since the computers are off, there is actually nothing to do without them. So the boss of the office gives everyone leave for today. There is no vehicle on the road. Some people are pushing their cars. How long can they walk like this? So Yoshiyuki comes to a bicycle shop, but the price of the bicycle is sky high. This price could buy 3 bicycles before. It is clear that everyone is taking advantage of this time. There is nothing to do. Yoshiyuki has to buy a bicycle. The power did not come even at night. It was a very irritating situation. Candles have been lit all over the house. In this light, everyone completes their dinner. The toilet flush is not working. There is no water in the tap. The water in the tank has already run out. Probably they will have to bring water tomorrow. Everyone was sitting bored in their respective rooms because there was nothing to do. Phone, laptop, TV, everything is off. The full moon has risen at night. Everyone stands on the balcony and sees that moon. They had never seen such a time before. The whole family stood together on the balcony and looked at the stars in the sky and talked to each other. 2 days passed like this. Today is the 3rd day. There is no electricity. The condition of the apartment is very bad. The washing machine is off, the cleaner is off. And how much can one person handle? Only for 3 days of no electricity. Their lifestyle has changed. Schools are not teaching properly. Many have not come to school from far away. Meanwhile, it is informed in the office that no work of the office will be done properly until the electricity comes. So all the employees are asked to come to the office after the electricity comes. Yoshiyuki works in a private company. He asks his boss if they will get salary during this time. His boss says since the office is now closed, how will he give them their salary? If the office does not have income, then there is no way to pay the salary. Hearing all this, Yoshiyuki becomes very worried. Now the question is what will happen now? On the way back from office, Yoshiyuki saw his boss going somewhere with his family. His boss said that since there is a lot of water crisis in the city and the city is practically dysfunctional due to the lack of electricity, so they are going to the village. The water problem will be solved in the ponds, canals, and lakes there. And the environment is also cooler in that direction. Yoshiyuki thought that they should do the same. It would be better to go to the village. Meanwhile, Mitsu comes to the distant water tank to bring water. There is a crowd of many people. Even after standing for hours, there is no benefit. The drinking water in the tank is almost at the end. As much as is left, it has to be kept for the tank authorities. Credit cards will not work. So Yoshiyuki quickly comes to the bank to withdraw money. But there is a lot of crowd in the bank too. Yoshiyuki falls injured due to the push of the crowd. 7 days have passed. The condition of the whole city is not good due to the lack of electricity. Shops are closed. There is no teaching in schools and colleges. All factories and offices have been closed. The people of the area sit in discussion. After going to the electricity office, they came to know that something strange has happened in all the grids, including the national grid 7 days ago. Electricity is not being generated anymore. Electricity is not being generated by using fuel, by using water flow, or even by friction. In short, electricity is not being generated in any way in the machine. This is a strange matter. However, the research team is working on the matter. It is expected that everything will be fine within a few days. Now the question is that this time cannot be spent in this way. So everyone decides to go to their village house. This was being done. One by one, many people went to their village house. Their village house is in Kagoshima, where only Yoshiyuki's father is alive. The children are quite surprised. They are going to visit their village house after 7 years. In the morning, they leave for the village. Kenji has brought his phone with him. His father comes and says, "Do you still have this phone? What is the reason for keeping it? Will you keep it in a museum when you go to the village? It won't even be taken if you throw it on the road now." Anyway, they all started their journey on bicycles. Many people are seen on bicycles on the road. Kenji needed to buy water, but the price of all the goods in all the shops on the road was very high. Everyone is taking advantage of the time. The price of a bottle of water is now around $14. They come to a shop. After bargaining, a few bottles of water and food are bought. They ate them and rested there for a while. Then they started their journey again. They have to go to an airport near them. Within a short time, they have come to the airport, but the gate of the airport was locked. There was a crowd of many people there. Kenji came to know there that all flights have been canceled. That's why there is so much crowd of curious people. The passengers were very angry because they were not told anything like this before buying the ticket that the flight could be closed. The guards said that the decision to fly has been canceled because there is no electricity. The fuel that is left will be conserved for the future. The present people will not accept all these. This leads to a clash between them and the police. On the other hand, some people were trying to break the gate. In all, there was a commotion there. Since the flight has been canceled, there is no point in staying anymore. Yoshiyuki comes to a nearby hotel. They have to spend the night here today. But here too, the exploitation of that opportunity. A lot of bill was being charged for staying for one night. Since there is no way, Yoshiyuki agrees. During dinner, they discuss whether they will return to their apartment or make some other arrangement. Their stay here is dangerous. Shops are closed. The price of goods is skyrocketing and these will run out. Then what will happen? So they decide to go to the village by any means. Now the question is, since they cannot go by plane, they will have to go by bicycle. It may take them several days to cycle. The next morning, Kenji and his sister take a map from the shop. There are no sellers in these shops now. And on the other side, their parents come to a grocery store. They sell some expensive alcohol and buy some rice and lentils. Then they start their journey. At first, they could not find the road matching the map. However, after a few hours of journey, they find a highway. There are many people traveling together. Everyone will go to their respective villages. Yoshiyuki comes to a place and rests. They will spend the night here today. At this time, another family seeing their water wants to buy those waters. Even if given a lot of money, Yoshiyuki does not agree. Water is now worth more than $1 million. They eat food and prepare to sleep at night. It is very cold there, but what to do? We have to suffer. During this time, some of their water bottles are again stolen. Kenji followed him, but when he came, he saw that the man had stolen water for his child. Kenji was moved by this and he let him go. The next morning, Kenji starts again. They have to cross a big tunnel. Tunnel means the road under the bridge here. It was pitch dark there. They could not move forward in fear, so they crossed the tunnel with the help of some elderly women there. 16 days have passed. Yoshiyuki was resting on the banks of a river. Although there was some food, their water had already run out. Seeing no way, Yoshiyuki started drinking the dirty water of that river. At least he will be able to satisfy his thirst. After that, they start again. At one point, suddenly it starts raining heavily. There was also a light gust of wind, so they park the bicycles on the side of the road and come under a bridge for shelter. It was raining well. Their bicycles were damaged. After the rain, it is seen that their belongings are broken. One bicycle is completely useless. Clothes are muddy and food is spoiled. There is nothing to do. Meanwhile, Yoshiyuki is sick again. It is now a matter of thinking about what will happen now. Yoshiyuki's family is now in a dilemma. They don't know what to do. They are worried about their future. This movie's second part is coming next Sunday. If you want to watch it, then subscribe to the Movie Explain channel.